Okay, we're back in session. Item 5, committee meetings. What did you say you were gonna, the committee dates need to be updated?
The one that's on the update is the correct one. You need to get it on here.
Oh, right, because wellness just,
We
wellness
modified
happened,
a few
yeah.
dates.
I'll take care of it.
It's just the one.
I'll take, no, I know.
On the week.
I didn't,
I'm gonna just say, I need to schedule a policy committee meeting. I gotta try to figure it out where it's gonna be,
okay.
just to address 2 policies in particular, sick leave and threat assessment.
Oh, yeah, that's sick leave, the new one.
Just need to.
Who's on policy? Jenny?
Yeah, I'll figure out. I'm gonna try to share some dates and see if we can work it out.
We can do that, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Item 6, second opportunity for board member comments.
Want to report on the Wellness Committee. So we met today. We got an update on our Care Solace program, which is a site that anyone in the district can access to get a referral for mental health services. And so it seems that the community has really used that. And one of the services that they offer is connecting folks with appointments. And so they will get information about what someone needs or a family needs or an individual needs, and they'll make an appointment. So they made 50 appointments for people who are in our district and using this service. So that's really good. They had 4,500 back and forth communications, meaning that people reached out and they got some information about getting some services. So that's very helpful, I think, for the community. We also talked about our Panorama survey that is given out to students in the spring and the fall. It asks open-ended questions, but also asks questions about social awareness, relationships, emotional regulation, self-efficacy, and challenging feelings. And so it helps, it gets information about how the students are feeling about their environment in the school, how they're feeling about what things are helpful to them, what things they're feeling good about, what things they're feeling not so good about. There is also an opt-out for that, so if parents don't feel like it's something that is appropriate for their child, they can opt out. So we talked about that. That also, the really interesting thing about that too is that it gathers information from districts all over the country that participate and use this tool. And so we can see where our district sort of measures in relationship to those districts. And so in most areas, in fact, I believe all areas, we either on the same level with other districts or above in terms of things that are going well for students. We talked a little about the risk assessments that we do in the district. And then we also just kind of talked about things that we're going to continue. Our Rutgers clinicians are going to continue. We have a program called Send Hunger Packing, the Care Solace program, and then Rise on the Run, which is snacks for our for after school for students. And then we also talked about the Rams retreat, which will be, will hopefully have a resurgence next year, and that can be helpful for students who need a place to sort of be away from, I guess, any stress that they're having. It's a place to go that's off the library. I think that's it. Any questions?
Thank you. Anyone else have any comments? If there's none, then we'll move on. Second opportunity for public comment. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak? No one, so let's move on to item 7.
Motion to approve routine items by exception. Having read the materials received, I move that the board approve the routine agenda items as submitted. A, staffing, August 7th, 2023. B, to approve travel and related expenses, virtual and in person. C, 2023-2024 district emergency virtual or remote instruction program. D, approve 2023-24 field trip location sites. E, approve Hightstown High School overnight peer group connection trip to Blairstown in August, actually this month. F, out of district placement. G, professional services for students. H, electric charger service expansion. I, approval of change order number 1 and number 2, GNR WCB HVAC replacement. J, bill list of August 7th, 2023.
Second.
Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, I do. I had a question on the electric bus service project. It's saying that it's going to be $22,000 and they'll just refund us within the 10 years. Is that installation of one charging station? I'm just trying to understand how many ports will be installing. And second question is, we have bus service starting from morning and it goes to 3 separate schools. How often will you be needing charging? Because I have an EV car, it's a nuisance. I'm just trying to understand how the morning shift will be comparable to the afternoon. Was data taken that if we only have one charging spot, we'll have to keep charging these buses. What's the process, and do we have anything to say that we have sufficient time between the last bus coming in to the first bus going out? Because high schooler gets picked up earlier. So we had 3-tier system for bus just to avoid some additional cost. How does this work in play during weekdays? On weekend, I understand. Friday to Monday, I know Friday we put the bus, but who's going to do all this in and out of charging? It's a nuisance because I do it myself every single day. So normally you have multiple chargers installed to avoid this type of problem. So what is our remedy if it comes to a point when the buses are not working?
All great questions. So right now the plan is we're buying 2 chargers.
Okay.
Each charger will charge 2 buses at once. And you can get different models where you can get, a charger for a bus. So the models that we've selected will be a charger which can simultaneously charge 2 buses. The range of a school bus is around 200 to 250 miles on a single charge. So clearly we would not put, an electric bus on a long trip, say to, New York or, North Jersey. So clearly they're going to be designated for more around town daily use. And then they'll be charged, either overnight or during the day in between runs. So, based on that, we don't really foresee there being a capacity issue with the buses, to be quite honest.
So we'll do like the rotational days, like X bus would be Monday, Tuesday, because in between.
No,
you
they'll
could
be charged
charge it
every day. They'll be
every
charged
day.
every day, yeah. Each one will have its own designated charger.
Oh, so how many buses do we have?
4.
4.
4, so there'll be 2 chargers, and each charger will charge 2 buses at a time. They can simultaneously charge.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And will the driver be the one to plug it in?
Probably not. It'll probably be one of our mechanics, or
Okay.
maybe someone from the office.
Okay.
Any other questions? Hold
Just
the-
last one, sorry. How long does a charge take to do one bus?
Good question. I guess it really depends on how far run down the battery is.
So normally we do in the cars is 80%. I'm assuming that would be the threshold you would be using for a bus, I'm thinking. So you would have some idea of how many miles to get to that point. So how long would it take to get that 80%? We don't have that data.
Not at this
These are
time.
big buses,
Yeah.
You can find
big
out.
batteries. Okay, thank you.
If there's no other questions, pull the board, please.
Ms. Drake,
Yes.
Ms. Murphy,
Yes, abstain from B.
Yes to the rest?
Yes.
Mr. Fuentes?
Yes.
Ms. Brijoli?
Yes.
Mr. Weeks?
Yes.
Ms. Patel?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholson?
Yes.
Ms. LaRusso?
Abstain from A, attachment 1, line 3. Yes to the rest. There's no need for a second executive session, so motion to adjourn. Everyone be safe driving home.